Good evening, and welcome to another Scare Team investigation. In 1934, the serene and close-knit community of Brevard County, Florida, was shattered by the gruesome and untimely death of 19-year-old Ethel Allen. Her brutal murder remains one of the most haunting and mysterious cases in the county's history. Ethel Allen, born into a prominent family in Cocoa, Florida, was well known and well loved in her community. She was admired for her beauty, charm, and lively spirit. Frequenting local spots, she often visited Jack's Tavern, a popular gathering place among the county's elite. On June 7, 1934, Ethel attended a social event at Jack's Tavern. Witnesses recalled seeing her leave the tavern with an unidentified man. This was the last time anyone saw Ethel alive. She mentioned to a friend at a local packing house that she was headed to Wauchula, Florida, to visit her mother, that her friend Bill would accompany her. There are many speculations that Bill was the unidentified man. Bill, or the name that he went by, William H. Wilson, was not being truthful about who he was or what he did. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you from here on out, this is going to get very grim, dark, and grisly. You have been advised. November 21st, 1934. A man driving along the Indian River notices buzzards circling overhead. Upon investigating, he discovered badly decomposed and mutilated body of Ethel Allen. The body was identified later that day by Miss Gerald Finley, Ethel's boarding house hostess, through a tattoo on her thigh and a ring she wore. The discovery of Ethel Allen's body on the banks of the Indian River, in the state that it was in, combined with the fear of the community, put local law enforcement into a frenzy to find the person who did this. Once it was made clear to law enforcement that William Billy Wilson was the man responsible for this crime, a manhunt went out for him. Coincidentally, that morning, neighbors saw Billy packing his car with Pennsylvania plates in front of his rented house on Barton Boulevard. Despite efforts from local law enforcement to find Billy, he evaded capture. But justice would eventually catch up with Billy, because Billy's real name was Willard Borton. Willard Borton was arrested for jewel theft in California. He was then tried and had evidence brought against him for also the murder of Ethel Allen. Although there wasn't enough evidence to bring Borton for a full trial in the state of Florida, Borton was found with his throat slashed in his jail cell, meeting a similar fate. Ethel was buried in the Georgiana Cemetery in Merritt Island, Florida. Her plot is still taken care of and cared for to this day. You can find her there, though, as she is seen to be the woman in the white dress in the graveyard. It is not just this graveyard, it says, that she haunts, but also the spot of Jack's Tavern, now